Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be preparing banana puff puff. We will need 4 bananas, a bag of yeast, sugar, flour and salt. The first step is going to be putting the yeast into warm water. We don't want the water to be too hot because it's going to kill the yeast. So when we are done, we keep it aside and start with the next process. We are going to be mashing our bananas, and then after this, we are going to be adding 4 cups of flour for the 4 bananas we are using. And after that, we are going to be using our sugar. Putting the sugar depends on how ripe the banana is. If your banana is too ripe, then you should use less sugar. Less sugar because since the banana is too ripe, then obviously the banana is going to be sweet. We don't want to add a lot of sugar. And then we are going to use a pinch of salt. When we're done, we are going to mix the dry ingredients before adding our yeast that has been in the water activating itself. If your yeast water is not enough for you, please, you can add a little bit of warm water. You can have this for breakfast. You can eat it with any sauce, with beans, anything. This is the way I mix my banana puff puff mixture. The old school way. Take a look at how I'm doing it. You just have to beat it. But if you cannot do as I'm doing, you can use a whisk. This is how it should look. We're going to cover it and wait for an hour to start frying. Let's get ready. Make sure you have your napkins under to take out the excess oil when frying. Please wait for your oil to be hot. When it's hot, it's easier and faster, and you don't have a lot of oil in your banana puff puff. If you can't use your hands as I'm doing, you can always use a spoon. Do not worry about the shape of your puff puff. What matters is what is going into your tummy. So please don't be scared or intimidated because you are seeing horns on your puff puff. That's fine. I have horns. Everybody has horns on the puff puff, not on ourselves. Please make sure you change your water, the water that you use to rinse your hand. Very important. Just be changing, then that's it. Just change it after the first or the second round. The puff puff is ready. Is ready. Now it's time to do the kune. This is only rice and water. If before you are going to prepare your kune, make sure you put it in a bowl, put water and leave it the whole night. That's to make the rice soft. Some people call the kune pap. That's rice pap. But we call it back home or in my country, kune. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do and click your notification bell to be notified whenever I upload new videos. This is the rice we soaked last night. So we're going to rinse it 2 times and then we're going to put it in the blender. You're going to see how soft the rice is. We are going to add enough water, enough, because we need the water here. Make sure you have your mesh colander ready or sieve. Take out all the rice. We need the water here. So we are just going to be adding water to the remaining rice in a blender. We just want to take out all the rice juice. That's what we need. We are going to do this process 2 or 3 times. Just make sure that you don't have rice left in your water, that everything is just liquid. As you can see here, there was still a little bit of rice. Let me know how you prepare your puff puff, how you call it, And what are the ways that you eat your puff puff with? What do you accompany your puff puff with? Please ignore my fireplace. You will need a wooden spoon for this, your pot, and your rice liquid. Now your fire has to be low, really, really low. You don't want it to be too high because it's going to burn. So you can do it low and then make sure you don't cover your pot. It has to be open. You need to keep mixing to make sure they are not burnt or anything. If you get tired like me of stirring, you can increase your fire to medium, and then when you see that it starts to get thick, you reduce your fire again to low. So I increase mine. It's getting thick. We are just going to continue stirring. As you can see, the texture is changing. It's getting thicker and thicker. You just need to continue stirring. You know it is ready when it's this thick, this texture. You can enjoy this puff puff with your habanero pepper, your blended habanero pepper. It's time for testing. Hmm, hmm, hmm. It's always my best time. Mm, 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 mm. It just reminds me of home. Back home, we just eat it like this with your habanero pepper. You are suffering, you are crying because it's too chilly, but you are still enjoying. I'm going to show you guys other ways that you can enjoy this puff puff. You can also enjoy your puff puff with a cup of tea. That's how my husband enjoys his. He's weird, but okay. We're just going to manage him. Yes. So you can enjoy this like this with your tea. The last step now is to enjoy this with your kuni or with your rice pap. It's the best way for me to enjoy this banana puff puff. You dip in your puff puff in your pap right into your mouth. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Oosh. Enjoy. And you'll be wondering, how does the rice pap taste? Please make sure you add a little bit of sugar. It depends on how sweet you want it to be. You add your sugar, you mix and enjoy. Another way you can also enjoy the puff puff is just by sprinkling sugar on it and then be dipping the puff puff on your sugar as I was doing with the habanero pepper.